my third day at the lodge, we decided to visit one of the many back lakes in the area, commonly referred to by locals as ponds. These lakes are relatively shallow and famous for producing large hatches, a match made in heaven while dry fly fishing for brook trout. After a quick boat ride across the main lake and a short walk through the woods, we assembled our gear and headed out into Burton Pond. My guide today and for most of the week is Travis Pinsent, a young and enthusiastic guide who possesses excellent knowledge about brook trout fishing. Okay, so Travis, we've had a nice hike in. We're here on Burton's Pond. Now most people say, I thought I'm in Labrador to river fish, but the cool thing about Igloo Lake is that there's lake fishing, there's river fishing, and there's pond fishing, which is a small little back lake, right?
Yes, sir.
And what this lake is famous for is dry fly fishing, as I understand, right?
Yes, sir, dry fly action.
3, 4, 5, even bigger brook trout. And we just had one after we dropped the anchor here come up on a drake, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
So you got gray drakes and green drakes?
Yep, brown as well.
Brown, okay. And what really got you excited was you found a hex.
Yeah, a big old hex.
Big hex. And if we got lucky, we'll see a hex hatch happen, because there's one thing I've seen, whether it's smallmouth bass or it's trout, a hex hatch makes them go crazy because it's so much food, one gulp, and they get very aggressive, right?
Explosive takes. And now if the trout start to rise big time, say you can pattern them then. It's almost like you're hunting for fish. And if you see a trout take one mayfly, he'll go right to the very next one, the closest, and you try to put your fly in front of the next fly. And more times than none, he'll come up and take that fly.
With no luck at the first location, my guide Travis suggested we zip over to another spot on the lake. Upon arrival, we quickly and happily discovered a large mayfly hatch was underway. Now the real fun of dry fly fishing could begin. Got him.
Got him. Fish on. Yes, sir.
Oh, it's a nice fish too.
Yes, sir.
I can't say how much fun it is to hunt these big brook trout that are all around us here, sipping mayflies in the current and trying to put your fly ahead of them, predict where they're going. You did a great job walking me into that fish, Travis. Now we're using a barbless fly, so we minimize the damage
Yes, sir.
that we do to this fish. And the water's good and cold, so playing them properly. And what is this, 8-pound or 10-pound?
8-pound test.
8-pound test. And it was literally, what, a boat length away?
Oh yeah, maybe. It wasn't very far from the front of that boat. I think he's ready here, Colin.
I think he is
You can
too.
get his head.
Yeah, I'm gonna get his head up here. Bringing it up. Okay. There he goes.
Here's his head is up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Good
Thanks.
job, Colin.
That was a lot of work to get that fish.
Fly comes right out.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir. This one is ready to go. Beautiful.
A boat length. It was like one rod length and a bit. I just went and he didn't just sip it. He hammered it. Oh, and they're all over here. Shall we continue the fun?
Yes, sir. No point in stopping now.
Well, that was an epic eat. I gotta tell you, we're having some incredible eats. Look at this 5-weight. Look at that tank on dry flies. Now, what size is the dry fly I've got on this?
Number 8, 10? 10, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
It's a nice fish, Colin.
it is. Okay. I don't think we've caught any real small ones yet.
No.
They've all been tanks, and we keep seeing this shark.
Oh, yeah.
It's just out of my range. Oh, sweet.
Yes, sir.
This is so incredible.
Beautiful brook trout.
What's that, 3.5, 4?
4, I'd say.
Wow. On a dry fly, hunting them, and all around us there's brook trout. There's dozens and dozens of these, and this is just one spot.
This is just one spot.
We've got a whole bunch of them in this pond, Burton's Pond, and the main lake is where the bigger ones are.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm gonna have such a good week. This is a fantasy. After such a fun day in the water and lots of fresh air and exercise, I couldn't wait to enjoy a hot meal, good company, and to plan for tomorrow's adventures. This is the fun of coming to a wonderful lodge like Igloo Lake. Despite the blue skies in the morning, heavy clouds and a threat of rain were in the forecast today. So our original plan of returning to Eagle River was put on hold, and we decided to head back to Burton's Pond for more brook trout fishing on a dry fly. Where yesterday started slow, today the fish were on. I could barely strip my fly without a hit.
Set. Nice.
Whoa, that was quite the take, and thanks for telling me to set.
No problem.
Oh, this is a powerhouse. We actually thought it wasn't that big a fish, but I think it's a bigger fish.
She's thick for sure.
This is, I switched to my 6 weight because we're seeing fish like all around here, and I just want to be able to cast.
All right.
Beautiful. Oh,
Perfect job. Perfect job.
thank you, sir. This is so awesome. Flies out.
Just like that.
And what I like to do, if you don't mind, I like to release this one.
Yes, sir.
You've been doing all the hard work. Away it goes. Like dry flies.
When you can pattern a fish, you see him come up and eat a fly, and if there's a fly in his path, then he'll usually come up and eat that one there. If you can put your fly in front of the next fly that you think he's going to take, 9 times out of 10 he'll come and grab your fly, and then you're going to have some good fun.
Right beside the
Going to the
boat.
right, going to the right.
Right beside the boat. Doesn't take in a second here. I'll move it.
He's going to
Go! Oh, wow!
Yeah, buddy.
That was incredible.
Just speaking about hunting the fish. We're just speaking about it.
So we just all went out here, and I was just changing from my 6 weight to my 5 weight, and Travis says, I just saw one come up here. Cast to the right, cast to the right.
As soon as you change from the green to the brown, eh?
Yep. So obviously the brown drake is what's working. And yet earlier, the green drake was working.
Yeah.
Look at the power of this thing. So for people who have caught, 10 to 14 inch brook trout, or maybe even a 16 or 17, look at this. Look at this. This is a brook trout. Right beside the boat. I mean, a rod length away, maybe. Okay, got his head up, got his head up. Oh,
Nice.
this is so much fun. This is beyond awesome. Got the fish. All right. Despite the fun we were having with these active fish, we could see more movement in the shallow waters near shore that would suggest many more fish were in there. We tried dry flies and streamers, but could not move these fish. Yet we could see them occasionally rising or chasing bait fish. However, our underwater cameras told us a different story. There was actually lots of big 4 to 5 pound brook trout in 2 to 4 feet of water. Very frustrating, but that is the challenge of fishing. Unfortunately, our day was cut short when a huge front rolled through. We tried to stick it out, but eventually we decided to head home. We made our way back to the lodge and warmed up with a good cup of hot tea with some freshly baked cookies.